What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And I'm telling you, I haven't been in a season like this since the first week or so when I started Extraordinary Life with Elijah. I had like a 2-week period where I felt like I was stuck in this time-space continuum. And this is another one of those seasons that the more that I go back and I watch my videos over the last few weeks, the more stuff that I discover. And I've discovered that my last video of season 6 was 4 years and 7 days from the day that Peter posted his video, I Am Not Peter McKinnon. On top of that, in last week's video, I mentioned how my first gifted video was to April and Ryan for RMS Day in 2018. And when I posted that video as a gift for them, I posted it on July 31st, 2018, the day after Peter posted his video. 3 weeks ago in Jordan's video, I said how scripture says that God saw us as he crafted us in the secret place and that all the days of our lives were laid out before one of them came to be. And that we're moving forward in time and discovering what is already written on of those pages. That is exactly what I am doing. You're watching this video on Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. 11 years, 11 months, and 11 days exactly since Ruby May's birthday. And today, Ruby, Dave, Cindy, and Grace are my extra, and I am the ordinary. Like I said, today is exactly 11 years, 11 months, and 11 days from Ruby May's birthday, and it's also exactly 4 years from the day that I started Venue Real Estate. I launched Venue Real Estate, my company, on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022 at 10:22 p.m., which in military time is 22:22. There are 11 twos in that date. I cheesily say that Tuesday counts. So it's Tuesday, February 2nd month, 22nd, 2022 at 22:22. And on top of that, I had 22 of my friends and family give input on all of my graphics, such that when I made my business cards, every card has a different number, 1 of 22 up through 22 of 22. And then each of those numbers, 1 of 22, 2 of 22, 3 of 22, correlates to the people who got back with me in the order that they responded. I think it's so amazing. All of these dates, as they're blending together, I feel like I'm stuck in some kind of prophetic portal. Danny, one of the guys that I listen to often, lovingly chides prophets and says that they don't have digital clocks. They have prophetic portals that the prophets see meaning in everything. And I'm getting a major dose of prophetic anointing over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'll try my best to bring you along in this. I know it's a lot of dates and numbers, but there is a point at the end of it, I promise. The parent company of my LLC that houses Venue as a DBA is called Zakar. Now, I picked that name on purpose because as I was getting started in real estate, I didn't want to forget that it was God who gave me the ability to make wealth. Zakar is a Hebrew word that means remember, and I took it from Deuteronomy 8:17 and 18 that says, you may say to yourself, my power and strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember, Zakar, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth and so confirms his covenant with you, which he swore to your ancestors as it is to this day. I wanted to name my company that so that every time that I get a commission in real estate and I go to put it into the bank, that I write Zakar LLC, and then I pause and I remember that it's my responsibility to arise and to shine, to do the good works that God has given me to do to seek to please his heart, and that he then takes care of all of my needs. I'm not earning a paycheck. I'm glorifying my Father, and he is taking care of me. So I write Zakar, remember. And then I write the amount of my commission into my deposit slip and I put it into the bank. I never want to forget that it's God who gives me the ability to make wealth. Now, that comes from Deuteronomy 8, 17, and 18. Remember those numbers. I finished my broker's education on my dad's birthday, July 12th, 2021, which authorized me to have authority to broker property ownership in the land. And 217 days later, on August 18th, I finished my education for obtaining my supervising broker's endorsement, which then authorizes me to authorize others to broker in ownership in the land. I think this is so awesome because in my very first video of February 14th, 2020, I honored my parents as being committed before the Lord, and that in their 49th year, that my Extraordinary Life with Elijah series came to an end on their 49th wedding anniversary, and that I'm the fruit of their covenant relationship. As a result of honoring them and their covenant relationship and their spiritual parenting of me and the inheritance and the heritage that I have in them, I think it's so beautiful then that my success in business is wrapped around my dad's birthday and my parents' covenant relationship of August 17th. That on August 17th, they were going to come and visit me in 2021 and stay in my house for the first time. But I had COVID, so they couldn't come. As a result of having COVID, my wife was home, was able to watch our kids. They didn't need to come, but they were going to come on August 17th, 8/17, and that on the 18th, I received my supervising broker's endorsement, which is 8/17 through 18. Kind of like Deuteronomy 8/17 through 18. Now, if you remember, that has to do a lot with remember. Back when I recorded this video in 2022, I just closed on a property that I mentioned in my video to encourage Peter that I was working on my inspection report on. It went through. We closed on that property on August 18th, 2022, which is exactly 1 year after I had obtained my supervising broker's endorsement. Beyond this being significant, that it was a year exactly after I received my endorsement, it was also the first official transaction to close under Venue Real Estate. I had announced that I was throwing my hat into the ring on January 1st, 2022, but then was finishing all of my business licensing and getting official and all that to launch on February 22nd, officially. Now, I had announced on January 1st, 2022, that I was throwing my hat into the ring. And between that time and February 22nd, I closed 2 transactions, and my second transaction closed on the morning of February 22nd, 2022. As that was closing, the Lord said, I'm confirming my covenant with you to be your provider. You let me provide for you, you glorify me. Now the thing with that was then from that point on, I didn't have another paycheck until August 18th of 2022. Zakar. Remember, it's the Lord your God who gives you the ability to make wealth. Enter Dave and Cindy as my extra. Their cards, 15 of 22 and 16 of 22. As we move forward in the transaction with them and the multiplex that we were purchasing together, I told both of them that that real estate transaction most fully encapsulated my heart in kingdom and business of any transaction I'd ever conducted in real estate. There's so much to that, but suffice to say, I texted Cindy on her birthday, which is also right there in that August period, which I'll keep under my hat because I want you to know when her birthday is. But we had moved through all of our contingencies and we're fully into the lane of closing exactly on her birthday. She had said that she felt like God wanted to give her a gift in this multiplex property, and it came true that they were merging forward in ownership of that property on her birthday. So I texted her, said, happy birthday. I was so glad that they were walking with me in this 8, 17, 16, 15 pattern, and that the identities of their lives expressed on the cards of Venue Real Estate, walking with me together, closing this property on August 18th was perfect. The beautiful thing of this is that the start of season 5 fell on the weekend of February 17th and 18th. The start of season 6 then fell on the weekend of February 16th. Season 7 started on February 15th, and the culmination of all of it comes together on Sunday, February 14th. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. It's so beautiful that God is ministering to my heart, that He's speaking prophetically and walking backwards through the verses of starting with Deuteronomy 8:18. A warning and a reminder for Elijah. Remember the Lord your God, Elijah, for it is He who gives you the ability to make wealth and so confirms His covenant. 17. You may say to yourself, Elijah, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this success for me. 16. God gave you manna to eat in the wilderness, something your ancestors had never known, to humble and test you, so that in the end it might go well with you. 15. He led you through the vast and dreadful wilderness, that thirsty and waterless land with its venomous snakes and scorpions. He brought you water out of hard rock. 14. Your heart will become proud, and you will forget the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. I think it's so beautiful that the video that I made at the beginning of season 5, that I didn't announce it. That time I was not announcing the beginning of the seasons because I wanted to announce those in the concurrent videos that were running along with those. That video, God gave me a word in that morning of recording that video. And it was in regards to the fact that darkness raises up principalities and giants to confront leadership that are tailor-made to make the outstanding achievements of leadership look really stupid, small, and foolish. The video of Sunday, February 18th, 2024 was called Momentum of Royalty. And I even said in the video, it was a super hot take. This is what I said. Every generation of leadership will attract a Goliath seeking to make a name for himself by taking the glory of leadership. There also will be some growing misperception within leaders and those following them that needs to be transformed through the renewing of their minds. Instead of leadership shrinking back and advertising for ministerial mercenaries to fight their battles for them in their armor so that they can hoard the glory for themselves, royal authority sends their children in their own identity and glorifies them in the victory. My child will rebuke you. I'll sit here and watch. Go get him, son. I am with you. I'm stuck in this space of sheer craziness where each week is just this unfolding, mind-blowing craziness of correlations. And I can't believe what I'm doing. I can't believe the subject material and content, the content that I'm creating in these videos. But let me tell you something. It's all my Father. They're my good works. If I didn't make these videos, you wouldn't be sitting here watching this video on Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. I'm living out a vision to serve to please my Father's heart with the exercise of my gifts to impart grace to you so that you can know him more. I'm letting my light shine before you so that you can see my good works and then glorify my Father in heaven. However, I'm getting far enough in this process that just the sheer mass of videos that are behind me and seeing the end in sight and just the craziness over these last few weeks, it's so easy for me to start being tempted with pride. It's really easy for me to start forgetting whose power, whose strength, whose ability that I'm walking in. And it could be very easy for you to have started forgetting too. God is serving me so well. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Remember, son, don't forget. As often as you do this, do it in remembrance of me. Massive complexity. Massive complexity. As I sat there, my mind was getting melted on Ruby May Solberg Day. Little Grace was born on August 13th, 2013, 10 years before the end of Extraordinary Life with Elijah. That as I rolled into August 17th of 2023, that my birthday was August 13th, 2023, and that 10 full years, the full weight of God's sovereign order and his commandments being established in the earth and his sovereign rule, that little Grace paved the way for my life, that little Ruby paved the way for my life, and that on this day, 11 years, 11 months, 11 days, 4 years after the start of Venue Real Estate, all of the dates leading up to Sunday, February 22nd, 2026 at 10:50 a.m. MST says that this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My encouragement for you in all of this is that my Father is really good. Whatever you're facing in your life right now, that God's testimony to you through me is that he is able to and will work all things together for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purposes. The little Ruby and Grace testify that God is able to raise up beauty out of ashes and to establish a testimony beyond either Ruby or Grace's wildest imaginations. They are my extra, and I am the ordinary. Every 12 years, February lines up perfectly to be a perfect rectangle, 4 weeks of 7 days. And today, on Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, that it's the very bottom left corner of the month. I love how this points to Jesus being the cornerstone and the foundation of everything that I've built upon through Extraordinary Life with Elijah. I started in a crawl space speaking to foundations and have grown upwards from there. Jesus is the rock of ages that I've built everything that I've done upon. I'm working hard, I'm persevering, but I'm moving forward in the labor of rest. And as I abide in Jesus, he's bearing glorious fruit through me that you can taste and see the goodness of my Father. Today, I remember the goodness of my Father, that it is he that gives me the ability to be successful, and therefore confirms his covenant that he made with my fathers as it is today, Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. If you subscribe to what I am doing, then hit the button, hit it and then get it. Hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. If you loved this video, you didn't just like it, then hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video, which starts now. Oh my goodness. I hope you were able to follow all of that. Oh my goodness. Summation. This is the day that the Lord has made. He made it. And he has sat here for eons of time and waited for me to arrive together with you, my fam. Oh my goodness. I'm just discovering each day and the good works that God has for me to do in them one day at a time. Can't be proud about that. Just a little kid working with my dad to accomplish his work. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And today, Taylor is my extra and I am the ordinary.